everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today we're going to be making something very simple. I've had a lot of my viewers, well, a few of my viewers, come on here to me and send me a message and say, hey Nan, I'm in my 80s. I need something simple that I can fix for me and my husband. We're both in our 80s or whatever. And so this recipe's for you. I might add a few things that you don't have to add, but I will teach you how to make this very, very simple, okay? I hope it's simple enough for you all. I've got my pan, my skillet here. I've got it heating up, and I'm going to throw in maybe, that's about 2 tablespoons, maybe a 2.5 tablespoons of butter. We're going to get that melting really good. And then we're going to add some goodies in here with it. Now, I'm going to, the people that are needing very simple and don't want anything extravagant or anything like that, I think this recipe is very, very simple. I think it really is. I think you're going to like it. And you can omit things that you don't want to put in there. And I will tell you how to make it even simpler than the way that I'm going to make it. I've got it up on, now I've got it on high. So we'll be right back. Our butter is melted. Now we're going to take, this is 1.5 cups of onions, but if you just wanted to use one big onion, this onion happened to be a little bigger than it normally is. So I'm going to throw my onion in there. Don't want to leave any. Sorry. I'm sorry, I don't want to block it to where you can't see. We're going to saute this a little bit. Then we're going to add in some, we got our onions in there, then we're going to add in a little bit of garlic. Grab me a spoon. Jarlic, as I call it. Here we go. There's 2 tablespoons of garlic. So cut you up an onion. I'm going to try to explain this very simple, okay? But just cut you up an onion and saute it a little bit. And then we're going to add a little bit of garlic. And then I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Remember, this is a real heaping teaspoon. Remember that you're getting a lot of different herbs in that. So just using the plain Italian seasoning will cover your herbs that you need. Okay? We're going to get that all stirred up. I still got it on high. So far, we just got onions. We got a little garlic. And if you don't like garlic, leave it out. And we got some Italian seasoning. And it's smelling really good. Now, I brought my measuring cup over here because I don't measure for this. So I'm going to try to help you all. I'm going to measure out 1 cup. I probably will end up using about 2. I don't know. There's 1 cup of broth. And then I think I'm going to use at least 2. I'm just, like I said, I could eyeball it, but some people have a problem with me eyeballing it. So, and next, while we're heating that back up, I might add a little bit more of broth in a few minutes, but I'm going to add some heavy whipping cream, okay? Probably about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Well, I've about got every bit of it. It's just a little bit left. But if you want to add about a cup, you can. And then, like I said, it's all going to be coming up to a boil here in a minute. I'm going to put 1 can of cream of chicken soup. This is a small can, that 10.5 ounces. And if you don't have you one of these, you can get them about anywhere. I know Temu sells them, but I've had some of my followers send them to me. And they're so good for cleaning everything out of a can. And I just am all about not wasting. So that's all the goodie that you're losing if you don't, you know, if you don't. Let me rinse off my little can getter there. I don't know what you call it, but okay. Now we're going to stir this up real good. At this point, this is the truth. At this point, if you wanted to just add in the vegetables, let it cook, because this is a crustless pot pie, chicken pot pie. A crustless chicken pot pie. I might be adding a little bit more of the broth here in a few minutes. I'm going to add in, I want to show you, this is part of the easy part. This is just from Walmart. And it's a rotisserie chicken. It's 1 pound of rotisserie chicken. And I'm going to read this to you. It tastes delicious. Sometimes I keep one of these in the freezer just in case I need to, you know, some chicken and I don't want to start boiling chicken. So for the people that's wanting something easy, you can get this already packaged. This is by Freshness Guaranteed Traditional Pulled Rotisserie Seasoned Chicken. Fully cooked grilled chicken breast and rib meat. And it's U.S. inspected. And I was just going to read some of this because it's chicken breast, like I said, with with the rib meat too. It's got water, sea salt, seasoning, spices, garlic powder, salt, dehydrated lemon peel, citrus acid, cornstarch, dehydrated parsley, and natural flavors. It's really got some good stuff in it. I've used it before, and if you say, well, Nan, I don't want to start boiling chicken and everything like that, and you just want to buy a rotisserie chicken, you can. This is rotisserie already pulled off for you. Like I said, this recipe is for those people that are on me, wanting me to make a simple dish for them. All you have to do is put in your chicken, and there's 4 cups in this. It's 1 pound. But just shred it up real good or chop it up. I took the scissors and cut mine up. That's 4 cups of chicken. If you hear something, Jackson is chopping up my leaves. He is mowing and blowing and chopping up my leaves for me. Gives him a little extra money, and it sure helps me and Pop out. Hang on, let me grab something and wipe that before I make another mess. Now, I've still got it on high, bringing it back up to where I need it. And I'm going to put in about 1 12-ounce bag of mixed frozen vegetables. Mixed frozen vegetables. Let me get my scissors. Well, I washed them. Hang on a minute. I was doing something else. There it is. You can steam these or do like I do. We're starting to boil. We're going to put our vegetables in. Right there. Look, you've got a meal. I'm going to put in just a little bit of thyme in mine. But this is the truth. If you just put the Italian, I'm going to put just a couple of more things in mine for spices. But really and truly, you don't have to do that. Okay, I'm going to put a bay leaf in to cook. 1 bay leaf. Ooh, that's a big one, and I just dropped it, didn't I? I'm going to put in a Rowdy, Ruby, I put a bay leaf in. Now remember to take your bay leaf out whenever you get through letting this simmer. I'm going to put in a little bit of some thyme. I'm going to put in probably about a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. I've already got that. I'll put 2 little bay leaves in. But remember, like I said, if you're making it simple, just put your onion in. You can put some salt, some pepper, some Italian seasoning, and that will cover you. I'm going to just that already tastes good with just a little bit of 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I'm going to put some, I just put the pinch of salt, and I'm going to put a pinch or 2 of pepper. You do that to taste. If you don't like pepper, or if you're staying away from salt, stay away from it. Okay. I'm going to let this simmer on low. Now I'll tell you sometimes that I do something else. I do a think about what you're doing now, Nan. Think about what you're doing there. Let me think. Did I leave something out? I've got the 4 cups of chicken, which is 1 pound of chicken. I used about 3 tablespoons of butter. And then I used about 1 12-ounce thing of frozen vegetables. And then I used 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And I used about 1 1/4 cups of heavy whipping cream. And I used about 1/2 teaspoon of thyme and 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And I used about 2 cups of chicken broth and a little salt and pepper. Now, to make this simple, all you have to do, throw your chicken in there, throw your onion in there. Like I did, saute your onion, throw your garlic in there. And then just throw your chicken, your vegetables, and your can of cream of chicken. If you want to throw a little bit of that heavy whipping cream and a little bit of broth, you can. But you don't have to, I mean, it's so simple. You don't have to put this into a pie shell or anything like that, but you know. And another thing I do sometimes too, young'uns, whenever I'm doing my vegetables, sometimes I'll cut the, excuse me, got choked on my slobbers. I take my mixed vegetables and I'll throw 1 or 2 tablespoons of flour in there and hold it and shake them up. Well, there's one hiding in there. And I'll hold the top and I'll shake it up with a little flour, and that helps your filling to thicken a little bit. If I need to add a little flour to this, I will. It's going to be delicious. Then I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay. I'm making it simple. Making it simple. I use Grand's buttermilk biscuits. These are frozen biscuits. And I'm going to do 2 for Papa and 2 for me. Whatever you don't use with your, and my skillet of Yum Yum over here is, it is, put me a little holder on there and put it back in the freezer. And I've got my oven preheated to 425. Sometimes I do it 4, sometimes I do it 425. I'm going to pop these biscuits in. Remember, I really think you could probably make this with just doing a little broth, a little heavy cream, 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Put your chicken in there, put your vegetables in there, and not do anything else. But just a teaspoon of Italian seasoning gives it, just perks it right up. And if you don't want to put garlic or anything like that in it, like we like, you can make this so simple. And then pop your frozen biscuits into the oven and bake them. Then I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Here we are. We've got our 4 little biscuits all browned up there. Look at there. I'm going to open 2 of them up for me. Ooh. It's so hot I couldn't hardly touch it. Now, I let this simmer for about 15 minutes, okay? And I've got my camera pulled down because I want y'all to see what I'm doing. Look at this. This is a crustless chicken pot pie. You've got all this left over. Pop will have plenty. And look what a dish. And Pop will have plenty. And then we'll have some left over to have it. And that way your crust doesn't get soggy. Tomorrow night or whenever you want to have, you can freeze that, pop it out, bake yourself a couple of biscuits, and have a whole meal that you've already frozen in your freezer. I've tried to make it simple. I hope y'all feel the same way. That's so hot I can't hardly touch it. Ouch! That's what I get. And I'm gonna get a picture of this and then we're gonna move on. I got a couple pictures because I know y'all definitely like to see the pictures, but I'm gonna take a little bite of this and I just thank the Lord for it. It's very hot. I turned it down on low and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. That way my vegetables got all done. Y'all gotta try this. It's delicious. It really is. It's always delicious. It's been so long since I've made it, but I just want you to know this is so good and so easy. I've worried myself to death about making something simple, and just want you to know this is great. Don't worry about it making too much. Freeze whatever's left over. One night when you don't want to cook, throw you a couple of them frozen biscuits in the oven. Get out your chicken out of the freezer, thaw it, and heat it up. Put it over your biscuits and you've got a meal. It really, really is tasty. It's hearty and tasty. It's delicious. It's better than lot better than most chicken pot pies. So I hope you try it. If you don't do anything but throw a little, one thing I did add to it, 1 heaping tablespoon of flour. Look at there. Gives it that little bit of a gravy that's soft. 1 tablespoon of flour is all you need. I removed my bay leaves out of there. I want you to know that. But you don't have to put the bay leaves. You don't have to put anything. Just put you some Italian seasoning. And if you don't even want that, you don't even have to add that. It's good with just the cream of chicken and the vegetables, the chicken, and the heavy whipping cream, the broth, the onions. It's really good. Well, I want you to know how much I love you, how much I appreciate you watching my videos. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you watching them. Appreciate you sharing with others, because that's how others find the page, and that's how that they get the recipes, you know. Just want you to know how very much I love you and how very much the good Lord loves you. Don't forget that. No matter what you face this year, put your trust in the Lord. No matter how, if it's sorrow, if it's if it's that you're going through losing a loved one, if it's sickness, whatever it is, put your trust in God. He's right there beside of you. He will comfort you like no other. And I'm always concerned about my widows and widowers because I think they're by themselves. I encourage you that if you have a mother or father that are at home and they don't have a spouse, check on them. Check on them this winter season, and talk to their, call them. If you can't go and you live far away, call them. Lord, that little bit of call can encourage their hearts, okay? And I will see y'all next time if it's the Lord's will, and we'll do something else together, okay? Bye-bye.